Another holiday here in the United States, and I honestly think we were all better off watching Monday Night Raw this evening from Anderson and Gallows' retirement home. Let's talk about it. You know, I don't understand why WWE fails to grab the concept of, you know what? We are an entertainment business. People are paying money to sit in the arena and watch our programming on a weekly basis and watch what we do on a weekly basis. You know, let's give them their money's worth. Here we are, Labor Day 2016, signifying the end of the summer. We have a little bit more to the summer left, but it really signifies the end of the summer. People will be starting school tomorrow. The kids will be starting school tomorrow. College classes will be starting this week, if not already. People are getting back from their fucking end of summer vacations and they're going back to work, the suit and the tie, pushing the pencils and the pens behind the desk. You guys are getting ready to do your big boy and girl stuff, correct? So, the goons over in Stamford, Connecticut, that we see on Holy Foley, where we see Mick Foley's son mingling with WWE executives and creative, and they're exactly how I describe them and showcase them here on my show. That's what they look like, you know? One of them's handing fucking Mick Foley. One of them's handing Mick Foley a fucking action figure. Hey, Mick, can you shine this for me, please? Come on, bro. Let me adjust myself here. Come on, man. Come on, bro. I mean, seriously. I understand that people are out and barbecuing and drinking, but it's a fucking Monday night. People are getting ready to go to work tomorrow. People are getting ready to go to school tomorrow. People are getting ready to get up and do their adult-like bullshit Tuesday morning. Why do we have to go into Monday Night Raw and get nothing but squash after squash after squash? I don't understand it. This show, yes, it built towards Clash of Champions. Excuse me, I gotta get these fucking terminologies correct. I'm still under the old era. Clash of Champions, Night of Champions. Who gives a fuck? It's the same shit. Clash of the Champions. It built, and we got matches planned out for Clash of the Champions, right? And I just don't get how, underneath all of that, there's nothing. There's literally nothing, man. Like Horse 60, my buddy Horse 60 on Twitter, slipped into my DMs and he's describing the show to me as he's watching it. And I'm telling him, dude, my eyes are so fucking bloodshot. If I didn't have to do a review for this show to please everybody, because I know everybody loves it and anticipates it and expects it and is excited for it. If I didn't have to do this, I'd be sleeping by now. I would have took 2 fucking Tylenol PMs and I would have slipped into a fucking coma. I wish I could have did that during Monday Night Raw. Actually, Monday Night Raw was my Tylenol PM. I didn't need no fucking medication to fall asleep during this show. I was on my way there, but I forced myself to stay awake. That's how boring this show was. Yeah, we built towards Clash of the Champions, but underneath that, there was nothing. And what is it with these WWE holiday shows? I mean, didn't they learn their lesson from the 4th of July? I mean, you had everybody who watched that fucking show wanting to submerge their head in a bucket of bleach, never to return. I mean, this show wasn't as bad as the 4th of July show. I don't think any show on the face of the fucking planet could be as bad as the 4th of July show. They came close, dangerously close, not too long ago, but no show on the face of this earth can be as bad as that 4th of July show. It was awful. It was awful. But these holiday shows, the 4th of July, Labor Day, Memorial Day, it should not give the WWE a reason to just phone this fucking show in. It should not give the WWE a reason to say, you know what? We'll write the show from Stanford. It is what it is. You put it on for 3 hours. We'll come back next week, man. Let me attend back to my fucking barbecue. Oh, let me flip this burger. Let me fucking rotate this hot dog. Do you want your bun grilled? What kind of cheese do you want? Pepper jack? Cheddar? Swiss? I got provolone in the back if you want. Barbecue sauce? Lettuce? Tomato? What do you want? What do you want to drink? Lemonade? Bud? Coors? Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. I got that stuff, bro. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You want to go in the pool? The pool's nice and warm, bro. I got those fucking swimmies so you don't fucking drown. It's a fucking 10-foot pool. Better than Heath's latest. Yeah, I got you. You need some place to sleep later. I got pajamas in the back. I got the futon, rolls out, right from the wall, bro. Comfortable. Comfortable. You want to watch late night TV? I got fucking 600 channels on my cable television. You like that? Yeah, cool. There's a mini fridge in the corner, too. Anything you want to drink in there, bro. I got like 4 varieties of beer in there. I got fucking iced tea. I got water. Whatever you want, bro. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. The bathroom's over there, bro. Please, just turn on the light. I don't want you making a mess in the middle of the evening. All right? Bathroom's over there. If you need me, I'll be fucking my wife. All right? Thanks, bro. Take it easy. This is not a fucking holiday, bro. This is not a holiday. This is Monday Night Raw. This is the WWE. They don't take fucking holidays. As far as I see it, you're on the road to a pay-per-view. Everything on this pay-per-view should make sense. Everything on this pay-per-view, being that it's a brand exclusive pay-per-view, the first one for Monday Night Raw, should be important. I don't want to go into Clash of the Champions. I don't know whether I'm watching a fucking Roman film, Gladiator, or I'm watching a fucking WWE pay-per-view. What was the change? Why was the change necessary? Night of Champions, Clash of the Champions. Is there any difference? Besides the fact that it's the new era. What difference does it make? Now you want to bring back WCW pay-per-views? Where's my Halloween Havoc? Huh? Where's my Halloween Havoc in October? Where's Starrcade? Where's War Games? Where's Bash at the Beach? You bring back, of all of them, Clash of the fucking Champions? Seriously? Eventually, we name it Clash of the Champions instead of Night of Champions. Oh, great job, Goon. Promotion. Now you can tickle my left ball. Kevin Dunn is doing a poor job on the right one. I may give you the right one as well. Continue with those great ideas. Come on, bro. It's just fucking illogical to me. It's stupid. It's comedy. That's why I come on here and I crack jokes. It's fucking pathetic. It's fucking pathetic, man. I don't want to go into this pay-per-view like I'm feeling about SmackDown. And what was the overall theme of my SmackDown review last week? I don't fucking care. I just don't fucking care, bro. I could be getting the best blowjob of my entire fucking life. I don't care. I don't care. If it's not fucking good. If it's not good, I don't care. I probably didn't even make any sense with what I just said there, but you guys get my fucking point. Seriously, I don't fucking care. Or I should rephrase that. She could be the fucking most hideous fucking human being on the face of the earth. She could give the best blowjob fucking possible. I don't care. There, I just rephrased my fucking statement, which made no sense previously. There you go. Anyway, you guys get the fucking point. Monday Night Raw went nowhere. Sleep-inducing Monday Night Raw. Kansas City. Casuals everywhere. You know? I'm surprised I didn't see a fucking meme with Buzz Lightyear. Casuals. Casuals everywhere. That's all Kansas City was. I mean, they popped for Enzo and Cass. They popped for the opening segment with Rollins and Foley and Stephanie and Owens. That was great. Other than that, the show completely fucking avalanched right down to the fucking ground. 3 hours. Again, the same bullshit every single week. The 3-hour format is doing it no good. No good. No good. And this fucking holiday shit with Monday Night Raw list, there's no vacations, man. There's no vacations when you're building towards a pay-per-view. And every time there's a fucking pay-per-view, right, they just treat it like a joke. It's always an important pay-per-view, too, right before these fucking holidays. You know, we had 4th of July, and they were going into, what was in July, man? Battleground, right? That was the last pay-per-view before the draft. And they had that Shield triple threat match. Did they build towards anything on that pay-per-view? Of course not. Same thing with Night of Champions. Again, I did it. Clash of the fuck. I'm just going to call it Night of Champions. It's fucking Night of Champions. Who gives a shit? Every time there's an important pay-per-view, they don't do their due diligence to build up and make me fucking care about the pay-per-view. Yeah, I'm going to care about Owens because I genuinely want to see him succeed as a Universal Champion and as a head of that fucking of that show. Rollins, yeah, I care about, but what else do we have? What else do we have for this show that I'm legit going to care about? Nothing. There's nothing. And we'll go over that as the review goes on. If you missed Monday Night Raw, please do not go back and rewatch it. You didn't miss anything. Maybe the opening segment is worth 20 minutes of your time. Even the Sami, Zayn, Kevin Owens main event, man, it was probably the worst match that they had. And I don't want to say that about those two guys because I fucking love their work. It was literally the worst match that we've seen so far from these two men. It was just boring. It was just boring. It was put together with nothing behind it, and it had no emotion. It was there. We know the history between these two guys, but it was not there on this night. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Anyway, Monday Night Raw was live from the Sprint Center Arena in Kansas City, Missouri. And the opening segment was fucking great, man. I loved the first 25 minutes or so of this show. And the opening segment was filmed earlier in the evening with both Mick Foley and Stephanie McMahon. My main concern here was they're automatically showcasing Mick Foley and Stephanie McMahon. And they are making their, I guess their, whatever they got going on with Triple H and whatever happened last week with the Fatal 4-Way, they're making their dilemmas more important than the Universal Championship, and I don't want that to happen. You know, we were getting very comfortable with the fact that the authority figures were not being showcased as much. They weren't in the fucking limelight. They weren't up front and center. They played a supporting role to the wrestlers in the ring. They played a supporting role in the storyline. They were always in the back, or have been in the back. You know, ever since Kevin Owens won the Universal Championship and Triple H reemerged on Monday Night Raw, it seems like their directive has changed, and now the authority figures are back up front and center, more important than Rollins, Owens, and the Universal Championship. That's not the way you go about things, man. Stephanie and Mick Foley continue to play a supportive role. That is what they should be doing. They should not be the main focus of a championship feud. And then when Triple H gets thrusted into this again, and he makes his return regularly to WWE TV, it's only going to go in a direction in which we do not want it to go in. Where the authority figures and the general managers and everybody in charge is the number one priority of Monday Night Raw. And if that is the case, you are not delivering a new era initiative. I'm sorry. You're going backwards. And you're living off old traits and old habits that seemingly will never die in WWE. And I don't want to see them do that. But I will say this. The interaction between Mick Foley and Stephanie McMahon tonight on Monday Night Raw was very, very good. Okay? Even in the back when they were by themselves, it was very, very good because Mick Foley relived that day when he and The Undertaker at the King of the Ring, and they had that fucking brutal Hell in a Cell match, one of the greatest matches of all time, and Mick Foley went into the back, and he had his tooth up his nose. You guys know that infamous scene, you know, where he fucking flew off the cage for the second time, right through it, actually, on top of a steel chair, and Mick Foley was seen with a fucking white piece of something up his nose. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. It was a tooth, and he went into the back after that match, and he was proclaiming that Stephanie McMahon was back there, and she was giving him a shy smile, and he was being attended to, And he wants to know what happened to that little girl that was in the back watching him be worked on after his hellacious match with The Undertaker. He wants to know where that shy smile was from the girl, the shy girl in the corner with the shy smile. He wanted to know where that Stephanie McMahon was, as she looked at the guy with the fucking tooth hanging from his nose after fucking falling off 20 feet off a cage. He wanted to know where that Stephanie McMahon was. He initially did not believe Stephanie when she said, listen, I had nothing to do with this. I didn't know Triple H was going to do this. It was, out of nowhere, and it was not planned. I had no fucking idea he was going to come back last week and do what he did. And Mick Foley says, why should I believe you? Why should I believe you? And they kept going on and on and on. Eventually, he said, you know what? I do believe you, and I'm going to back you up. So that was pretty much it. Their interaction pretty much set the stage for what we seen next. And the opening sequence was great. It was even better than the interaction between Stephanie and Mick Foley. Mick and Stephanie are in the ring, and they welcome Kevin Owens. He comes out dressed in a suit, unlike anything we've seen before with Kevin Owens. He's not in his boxer trunks, and he's not in his T-shirt, but he's got a nice suit on, $700 suit, he says, that he got, earlier in the day, and he's got the championship around his shoulder, and they got confetti and balloons and fucking fireworks going off, and Owens agrees that he does deserve this before he rips into the fans, proclaiming that he is still a fucking villain. No matter how many people came to his aid, and no matter how many people came to his side last week and cheered him on, he says he didn't need the fans. He did this on his own. He doesn't need the fucking fans at all. You deserve it. You deserve it. Yeah, I fucking deserve it. He's known since day one, since he stepped foot in the WWE, since he stepped foot in a ring, that he doesn't need the fans to tell him that all over again. He knew it already before it even happened. Last week he beat 3 superstars to win the title, and yeah, obviously he got a little help from Triple H. Owens had already done 98% of the work, he said. So tonight it's officially Monday Night Raw is renamed the Kevin Owens Show, and his new t-shirt looks fucking beast. I might have to fucking pick one up for myself. Out comes Seth Rollins, and you thought Kevin Owens' mic work was great, which it was. I love Kevin Owens on the microphone, man. Very comfortable in his role. Rollins comes out and says this isn't about Owens. Instead, he goes after Stephanie McMahon for letting him down last week. How could you let this happen? Owens says this isn't about Seth, but Rollins keeps going on his rampage against Stephanie and says everyone is in Stephanie McMahon's pocket. Kevin Owens has been in Triple H's pocket since day one, since he's debuted in NXT, but Seth is here to burn the whole fucking company to the ground if that is the case, because he feels neglected and he feels screwed. Owens thinks Rollins has been making plans and he's been the architect and he hasn't come up with anything but a plan for failure. That made me fucking LOL. So Seth punches him in the face, knocks him out of the ring. Stephanie then starts screaming into the microphone and suspends Seth Rollins indefinitely before Mick Foley comes in and immediately overturns Stephanie McMahon's decision, saying we're not going to suspend anybody here. We're not going to put one of the top talents on the shelf after he feels screwed. Instead of suspending him, Foley gives Seth Rollins a championship match at Clash of the Champions against Kevin Owens for the WWE Universal Championship. So there is your main event. Kevin Owens will defend the Universal Championship against Seth Rollins at Clash of the Champions. Stephanie is yelling at Mick Foley after this is all over and says, how could you step across my authority? How can you go over my head and feel like you can make a decision like that? Foley gives him a match, actually, before that, Foley says, listen, I wanted to do what was right. Owens comes up and says, Foley, made a mistake. How could you do this to me? This and that, yada, yada, yada. Foley gives him a match against Sami Zayn. And Jericho comes in and backs up Kevin Owens. Chris gets in there, does his hilarious shtick, and he gets put in a match with Seth Rollins. So after 25 minutes, this Monday Night Raw was looking very, very good. Got off on a hot start. It was an explosive segment. Rollins and Owens played their roles perfectly. McMahon and Foley played their roles perfectly, and everything was just really intense. You felt the passion there. There was some sense of realism there after what happened last week. And I like that they built off Rollins' frustration. And I like that they made the match Rollins versus Owens for Clash of the Champions. I thought everything really, really gelled nicely together in the opening segment. Everybody played their roles perfectly. And it really got me excited to see what would happen on this Monday Night Raw. And I'm thinking, it is Labor Day. I had it in the back of my mind that WWE might be phoning in this show, but they really got off to a hot start, and I was hoping it would continue. And it did continue. It really did continue. After a great opening segment, Charlotte versus Bayley started the show off. The match went 12 minutes. Nothing that's going to blow your socks off. Nothing that, is really going to be heralded as a great women's match. These two can obviously do better. If you're talking about the cream of the crop in WWE, especially on Monday Night Raw when it comes to the women, Sasha and Charlotte had one of the best matches this year on Monday Night Raw with their Women's Championship match on that first show after the draft. It wasn't near that, but it was good, okay? These two women, Bayley and Charlotte, obviously can do better. They will have the opportunity to do better, but tonight, Bayley continued her winning streak, being that she is the newbie on Monday Night Raw. She actually pins Charlotte clean after an inverted elbow by Charlotte to Dana Brooke on the outside. Before the match, Dana Brooke was fucking writing shit on a pad. And Charlotte wanted her to take notes about how to be successful in the women's division on Monday Night Raw. Now, I don't know whether Dana was taking notes about what she's seen in the ring, but to me, if I was Dana Brooke, I'd be taking notes about how to not botch in your next match on Monday Night Raw. Either that, or what do you have planned for your next nurse scene with Anderson and Gallows? And will you have Doc Gallows' wife continue to fucking curse you out via social media? How can you avoid Doc Gallows' wife after being dressed up in a sexy nurse outfit? So those are the things that Dana Brooke should have been writing down, because I don't think watching Bayley and Charlotte is going to really captivate her to take notes about what to do next. She will, and continue to be, a fucking botch herself. So Charlotte and Bayley continued on for 12 minutes. Bayley to belly there. Bayley beat Charlotte clean after an inverted miscue on the outside, which really wasn't. It was Dana Brooke pretty much in the wrong place at the wrong time. Charlotte tried to stop her momentum, and she accidentally elbowed Dana Brooke in the face, and she blamed the miscue on Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke really didn't do anything if you watch the replay back again, and that led to a Bayley to belly. Bayley wins clean, 1, 2, 3. She gets another victory on Monday Night Raw. Bo Dallas versus Kyle Roberts. So a few things are running through my mind here. Number one, are we really seeing Bo Dallas on Monday Night Raw? Number two, is Bo Dallas really in a squash match on Monday Night Raw? Number three, this guy was arrested for drunken intoxication at a Dallas-Fort Worth airport, and he's on Monday Night Raw in a squash match. So, Bo Dallas makes everybody believe that you can go to work under a WWE contract, or being you guys, you could be an employee of your company, whomever you work for. You can be drunk in public while on the clock, come back into work, and you can be successful. Maybe you'll get that promotion that you want. Maybe the secretary will give you a hand job in the fucking copy room after work. Who knows? Who knows? All I know is Bo Dallas is making a lot of people believe, because after his drunken intoxication stint, he got a win on Monday Night Raw. He looked good on Monday Night Raw. And it appears WWE maybe is pushing Bo Dallas to the mid-card on Monday Night Raw. Maybe he should be drunk more often. I don't know. I'd like to know what he was drinking, though. I didn't really indulge on what he was drinking. Was it wine coolers? Was it beer? Hard liquor? I don't know. Whatever Bo Dallas' secret is, please enlighten us, bro. Bo Dallas wins against Kyle Edwards. Kyle Roberts, Kyle Edwards. Who the fuck cares? Kyle whatever, man. 38 seconds. He beats him with a fucking swinging neck breaker. Roll of the dice. 38 seconds. Jericho versus Seth Rollins had the match of the night. Most certainly. Rollins beats Jericho with a pedigree. Really nothing here. I mean, the match was great. People were chanting, this was awesome, or this is awesome. Gets a little tiresome week after week, man. It wasn't awesome. It was good for a Monday Night Raw. It's not going to be a fucking match of the year candidate. I'm not going to go back and fucking watch the replay 2 or 3 times like I do the Cruiserweight Classic. It wasn't awesome. It was good for Monday Night Raw. It was good for a Labor Day Monday Night Raw. It kept me entertained. I'm going to take a clip of every fucking crowd that chants, "This is awesome." You could pretty much apply that anywhere. When your girlfriend's giving you a blowjob, you just fucking take your phone, right? She could be doing her thing. Just grab your phone and just fucking play the clip. And "This is awesome" will blare over the fucking room that you're in as she's going to work. You know? Your mother's cooking fucking lasagna. "This is awesome." You walk into the kitchen blasting, "This is awesome." Your mother's baking cookies. "This is awesome." Right? You're fucking sitting on the toilet. You had Chipotle for lunch, and you're relieving yourself sitting on the toilet. "This is awesome." Goes with everything. That's what I'm going to start doing, man. Seriously. I'm going to be fucking at Stop and Shop, doing my fucking grocery shopping, and I'm going to see fucking granola bars on sale, 2 for $4. I'm going to fucking take out my phone. "This is awesome." Yeah. This is awesome. Please, reserve that for when Nakamura and Joe are in the ring, or Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are fighting for the Universal title, or when Ciampa and Gargano are fucking beating the Revival for the Tag Team Championships in NXT. Something along those lines. A Chris Jericho versus Seth Rollins match that has nothing behind it on Monday Night Raw is not awesome. Sometimes these casuals get a little overexcited and think everything is awesome. Sucks to be a casual, because they don't know any better. Jericho loses here, pedigree, and he sticks it to Triple H, continuing to use the pedigree. Everybody was asking me, "Jay, do you think he's going to use the pedigree?" I don't know. I would like him to use something else. The Falcon Arrow, maybe, or the fucking Phoenix Splash, something along those lines. But, you know, being that he's slowly becoming a babyface, maybe he can pull out one of those moves, because those are babyface type moves. But the pedigree, listen, he's going to have to get rid of it sooner or later, or he's going to continue using it, and he's going to antagonize Triple H little by little each and every week. Seth Rollins gets the win. This is something that pissed me off, man. Cesaro versus Sheamus, 4 minutes. This match ended in 4 fucking minutes. Now, we all knew, based after last week's, match, or based off last week's match, that Cesaro was probably going to go down 3-0. You know? Cesaro was already down 2-0. He was coming into this week. I didn't even know they had an advertised match this week. And Cesaro lost. He's now down 3-0. It was a glorified squash match here. And he was beat with a bro kick. Now, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Cesaro. I really don't. You know, I hope that this gets him over. And I hope this gets him some momentum. But he looks fucking ridiculous. You know, people were telling me, "Oh, JD, he's really hurt. He might be out. He might have to retire." I don't know where you're getting your fucking news articles from, but Cesaro is not retiring off that back body drop in which he hit the LED turn post. The post on the outside of the ring. I don't know where you guys are getting your information from, but he's not retiring after a move like that. He barely hit anything. He hit more of the ring apron on the way down, flat on his back, than he did the fucking ring post. So he's not going anywhere. Cesaro looks ridiculous with all the fucking bandages and tape on his fucking back. I don't know if he's a fucking spokesman for Scotch tape, or if you guys ever watch one of them fucking movies where you're watching the serial killer go to work and he's an anonymous fucking killer. Nobody knows where the fuck he is or where he's hiding, or they're trying to figure out his kill pattern. And you get one of these fucking idiots, right, these villains in the movie, who cut out newspaper clippings and they fucking write every letter to every word in fucking newspaper clippings. That's what Cesaro looks like. He looks like a fucking serial killer ransom note made up of fucking newspaper clippings. Ridiculous. What's with all the fucking Band-Aids? I mean, are you supposed to sell me on an injury? He's been injured for fucking weeks now, months. You telling me he's not healed up by now? Every fucking week he's got a new bandage on his back. It's like he's building a puzzle. Connect the dots. It's like he's playing Connect 4 on his back with fucking bandages. Give me a break, bro. Seriously. And then the greatest thing out of all this, he goes down 3-0, and the next match, they literally flat out told you, yes, Cesaro's down 3-0. The next match is taking place at a house show, non-televised, in some remote part of the world. I don't know where they're going. I think they're going overseas to fucking Europe or something. Japan, China. I don't know where the fuck they're going. Regardless of where they're going, this match is not being televised. So you mean to tell me that Cesaro is down 3-0, and you put him down 3-0 in this best of 7 with the intent to get him over by making a monumental comeback and beating Sheamus 4 times in a row? How am I supposed to be excited about Cesaro beating Sheamus if I can't see the fucking match happen? I can't see the pinfall take place. How can I be excited for this guy if it's not on my television? Does this make any sense to anybody? I hope so, because it certainly don't make sense to WWE. They think this is okay. So the logic in WWE, the people that are in charge of this show and in charge of creative, obviously had too many fucking hot dogs today. They stuffed themselves and it got to their fucking heads. I don't know what's going on. Why this is not happening on my television is a grave mistake. You will not get Cesaro over if nobody can fucking see it. I don't give a fuck who sees it in front of the 8,000 people in the arena that you're performing in front of overseas. If it's not happening on live television on the USA Network, nobody will give a flying fuck. Why is this happening? I don't know. So Cesaro, after this tour, can realistically be down 3-2. 2 of his matches are not happening on television. Wrong move. Absolute wrong move. You want people to care about Cesaro. They're not going to care about him if they can't see him. Simple. Shining Stars versus Enzo and Big Cass. People were making a big deal about this. Obviously, I poke fun at the Shining Stars, the Shining Goons, the Falling Stars, whatever the fuck you want to call them. They are absolutely fucking boring. Boring. Seriously, send me to Puerto Rico so I can shut these fucking guys up. And please, give me one of them little fucking plastic flowers you got. Maybe I'll attract some of the fucking females down there. Give me a fucking break with these guys. Seriously. Shining Stars versus Enzo and Big Cass. In the end of this, it was a roll-up with a handful of trunks that beat Enzo and Big Cass. And everybody's going on, oh my God, Big Cass was in the WWE Universal Championship match a week ago. He was fighting Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. He was hanging with the big boys. Turn around next week, he's losing to the Shining Losers. Yeah, I understand where you guys are coming from, but everybody is quick to judge what they see on television without putting a fucking thought behind anything before you fucking type away illogically on your keyboards. The reason why Enzo and Big Cass lost is because, number one, a loss to these guys is not going to do anything to Enzo and Cass's momentum. They are the hottest fucking team in probably all of wrestling. It doesn't matter if they lose. Number two, the Shining Stars are on your payroll. You want these guys jobbing every single fucking week? I mean, you need tag teams on Monday Night Raw. How many fucking tag teams we got on Monday Night Raw? Outside of the New Day outside of the New Day and the Club, you got nobody. You got Enzo and Cass. That is it. So you got to make use of what you got on Monday Night Raw. If you're going to use these guys, if they're going to be on Raw, if they're going to be on your payroll, why not give them heat? Why not give them a reason to have the fucking fans boo the living shit out of them? They just beat the most popular team in all of the company by cheating. You don't think the next week these guys are going to get fucking booed and booed and booed? Yeah, they need personality more than anything, but if you develop a winning streak for these guys and they fucking just get underneath your skin, people will fucking give them some type of reaction instead of no reaction at all. So I don't mind that they lost. You know, I was confused a little bit, but I understand why it was done. You know, of all the teams, the Shining Stars, you know, WWE hasn't really propelled them as anything serious. So to see them beat the best team in the fucking company, a little shocking to me. But I understand why it was done. Shining Stars beat Enzo and Big Cass, 7 minutes and 5 seconds. Sami Zayn was in the back, says his career has been stuck in place. He's been directionless. He actually used that word. Can't agree any more than that. And he's gone nowhere since he beat Kevin Owens, who is now the Universal Champion. Owens comes in and laughs at the idea that Sami is chasing him now. The race will never be over, and Sami says he will win the title on his own without Triple H handing it to him on a silver platter. I would love if that was built up correctly with emotion and passion and Sami Zayn pulled a Daniel Bryan-esque victory out on the WWE Universe, winning the Universal Championship. I could certainly see it happen, and I've talked about it, in depth in the past. It will happen. Trust me. Now is not the right time. Sami Zayn will have his moment on Monday Night Raw with that title. Believe me. Nia Jax versus Ann Esposito. This match went 1 minute and 38 seconds. I don't even know why they continue to do the fucking squash matches. I mean, they're not doing anything for me anymore, bro. They're really not. But this week, I had a fucking glimmer of hope. Ann Esposito was actually taking a picture with Alicia Fox in the back, who apparently is friends with Alicia Fox. And she was destroyed. So I'm hoping, you know what? I tweeted out after this match was over, okay, Nia Jax just beat a friend of Alicia Fox, literally destroyed her with a power slam at 1 minute and 38 seconds. And if this is the case, I would like to see Alicia Fox, who can actually go and is actually a recognizable talent on the payroll, go against Nia Jax, being that she just beat up her friend. And that's exactly what they did, because they were in the back and they had a segment, and it might have ended up being the biggest botch of all time. I don't know if you guys watched, but there was an instance where Alicia Fox was throwing stuff that was on the table behind her as she got in Nia Jax's face, and she started throwing a temper tantrum. She took, I think it was a box of, tissues or napkins or something, a box of plates, whatever was on the fucking catering table back there, and she absolutely knocked Nia Jax square in the face, and I don't know if that was actually supposed to happen. Nia Jax stormed off as if she was pissed, and then Alicia Fox continued to throw a temper tantrum. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I hope to find out if that was planned or not later on in the week, but it looked like it was a complete fucking botch that will end up on Botchamania. That's just the way I seen it, but regardless of that, Nia Jax and Alicia Fox probably are headed for a one-on-one collision next week. Finally, Nia Jax gets some talent, a recognizable talent, in the ring on Monday Night Raw. So I'm glad WWE is kind of building up that small little angle there where Ann Esposito knew Alicia Fox, and now Alicia Fox is going to come to her aid and try and slay the beast, Nia Jax. Darren Young versus Jinder Mahal, I don't fucking care. I was on my phone looking at YouTube. Nobody gives a flying fuck about Titus O'Neil, Darren Young, or Jinder Mahal, or Bob Backlund. If this match happens at Clash of the Champions, I will be fucking making sure I eat the most disgusting foods so that for the next 10 minutes the match is taking place, I will be in the bathroom and doing nothing else but shitting my brains out, because I don't fucking care about Darren Young or Titus O'Neil. Neither do you. Do not fool yourselves. Do not come to me and tell me, oh, JD, but Titus O'Neil is talented, man. Really? Really? The guy's falling out of his fucking loafers on Monday Night Raw. The guy's fucking talented, right? Can barely fucking memorize the few lines that's given to him in the back on Monday Night Raw last week. The guy's talented, right? Make Darren Young great again. How are we going to make Darren Young great again when he's standing next to Bob Backlund with 2 fucking missing teeth? Please, elaborate for me. I don't know. Not happening. Nobody gives a shit. Braun Strowman versus Sin Cara. Yes, Sin Cara versus Braun Strowman happened on Monday Night Raw. And the reason why this match happened is because Braun Strowman disrespected the Mexican culture and removed Americo's mask last week. The guy didn't look Mexican to me. The small glimpse of him I got when the mask was fucking pulled off, he didn't look Mexican to me, man. Looks like they fucking picked him up at 7-Eleven while he was buying a fucking Slurpee. They came up to him with a fucking couple of $100 bills. Hey, man, you want to get in the ring with Braun Strowman tonight? That's what America was. Some fucking goon buying a fucking blueberry Slurpee over at 7-Eleven. Give me a break. Mexican culture. Please. Braun Strowman versus Sin Cara. I don't know what else to say. You guys want to know why Braun Strowman is on Get Off My TV? That's all you need to know. You know why he's on Get Off My TV after the match that we seen tonight. That's all I got to say about that. Sasha Banks comes out, and everybody's fucking tweeting me and fucking emailing me and fucking YouTubing my comment sections. Oh, JD, Sasha Banks is going to retire, man. Now, listen, I fell for it just a little bit. I'm like, I seen the tears come down the face, and I seen her hesitate, and I seen her fucking, do one of those deals. I'm like, oh my God, what happened now? Is her back that fucked up? They kept showing the fucking botch at SummerSlam where Charlotte dropped her off the fucking second turnbuckle. And I thought something happened with her neck. Another fucking neck injury. Taking out somebody from WWE's payroll. But in the end of this, it was nothing but a rib. It was a troll. Sasha Banks pretty much stated, or tried to at least, before fucking Dana Brooke came out. I guess she took enough notes to develop the courage to come out and rain on Sasha Banks' parade. She comes out and says that she's going to do this for Charlotte, and she's going to pick apart the remains of a broken Sasha Banks. And that obviously didn't happen, so the notes really weren't doing anything all that well. She ended up eating a bank statement, and Sasha, trolling us all, says the bad news is for Charlotte. I am cleared. I will be challenging for the Women's Championship at Clash of the Champions, and I will be the new WWE Women's Champion. So Sasha Banks is cleared. She will be ready to go. Title match ready to go. Sasha versus Charlotte at Clash of the Champions. And then obviously the main event was Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Nothing of importance there. The most important thing that happened at the end of the show was, by God, Roman Reigns came out, and I don't know what they're doing with Roman Reigns, but apparently he's still mingling in the main event scene, and I hope not for long, because he came out, and after Owens powerbombed Sami Zayn, he comes out, music hits, he stares down Kevin Owens. Mick Foley comes out and says next week Kevin Owens will fight Roman Reigns, and if Roman Reigns wins, the match at Clash of the Champions for the Universal Championship will be a triple threat between Rollins, Reigns, and Owens. Now, I don't think this is going to turn into a triple threat. Rusev has been off TV for 2 weeks now. He's still selling a rib injury from Roman Reigns that happened at SummerSlam. He was wearing black tape. He was wearing heavily taped ribs the week before, or at least the last time we seen him on Monday Night Raw. Regardless of what we see tonight, I think Rusev makes his return next week, and he fucks over Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns challenges for the United States Championship, and I think in the end, Roman Reigns becomes the United States Champion, and I think we get the Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins match remaining as a one-on-one encounter for the Universal Championship. I don't think Roman Reigns is going to be in the main event, because if you do, Rusev is not going to have an opponent that makes sense at Clash of the Champions. Roman Reigns is the only opponent for Rusev right now that makes sense. And keep in mind, they didn't have a match at SummerSlam. They didn't have a match. It was no contest. So they need to finish what they tried to start at SummerSlam. So that's where I think it's going to go. I think we see Rusev next week. I think he fucks over Roman Reigns. I think we get Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins one-on-one for the Universal Championship. And pretty much Clash of the Champions will be set out. And it's a decent pay-per-view. Nothing that's going to be fucking breaking any ground. But at least it will have some direction. WWE needs to tie up the loose ends there with Rusev. You can't put Roman in the main event picture without giving Rusev some closure to that feud. It needs to happen. That's what I think is going to happen next week on Monday Night Raw. All in all, very lazy, phoned-in edition of Monday Night Raw. Nothing exciting happened outside the opening segment. And the Sasha Banks deal. Everybody was fucking hyped about the Sasha Banks thing. She's on Monday Night Raw. She got this bad news announcement. And then ended up being that she is cleared, and it's bad news for Charlotte. Other than that, nothing really happened, man. I didn't even talk about the New Day segment with the club. That was one of the most cringeworthy segments of all time on Monday Night Raw. Not even worth mentioning, man. The tag team division and the tag team title storyline right now on Monday Night Raw is absolutely fucking dreadful. Awful. And they need to hit a huge reset on how they're handling the tag team division on Monday Night Raw. Because right now, it is fucking dead in the water, and I can't fucking wait for this feud to be over. Give the titles to fucking Gallows and Anderson already, and get them on a path of destruction. Please. And enough of this fucking rehabilitation shit. That was a one-time deal with the Dudleys. New Day are not old. They don't need to be put in an old age home. I don't know where they're going with the storyline. This is fucking Vince McMahon written all over. This is cheesy, campy comedy that he's fucking jerking off to in the back behind gorilla position. That's all it is. Cheesy comedy to appease the humor of Vince McMahon. I wanted to fucking literally gouge my eyes out and sniff bleach and just fucking pass out for the remainder of the next fucking 3 days. That's how bad it was. Awful. No reason to me talking about it. It went nowhere, and it fucking did absolutely nothing for the title match that's happening at Clash of the Champions. Other than that, piss poor edition of Monday Night Raw. Went nowhere. Very phoned-in edition of the show. If you missed it, you didn't miss anything. Just catch the highlights on YouTube. You do yourself a favor and save yourself 3 hours. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching me. Hope you enjoyed the review. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. I'll be back with more great content. Smackdown review tomorrow. Cruiserweight quarterfinals continue on Wednesday. NXT continues on Wednesday. And then, obviously, Off the Script Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Until then, take care, guys. I'm JD. Thank you guys for listening and watching. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow night for SmackDown Live. Talk to you later.